going to see extraordinary and in many ways surprising encounters with young people who've been won over to the side of ISIS. Their bloody goals, their nihilistic worldview, and the one mom who tried to warn police about what was happening with her son. Here's Nightline contributor Mariana Van Zeller with our series, Face to Face.
Do you think you'll be going back to ISIS?
My dream is still to live underneath the Islamic Caliphate.
Born in Belgium, raised in the Catholic Church, this former altar boy may not fit the typical profile of an ISIS recruit.
You think sooner or later they'll make it to Europe?
I think they're already in Europe. Because ISIS is not a group, it's an ideology.
This radical ideology compelling thousands of Europeans and Americans to join ISIS and inspire the homegrown terrorists in Paris, San Bernardino, and Brussels.
The Quran says, cut the heads off of the non-Muslims.
The attacks now fueling an already smoldering fire of far-right nationalist movements. Creating what some are calling a perfect breeding ground for recruitment.
Hate feeds off hate. It's a vicious cycle.
So I traveled to Europe to find out what ISIS recruitment actually looks like, to pinpoint the moment a homegrown terrorist is created. This is how I found myself in Belgium, just a month before last week's tragedy, and face to face with a man who could be in jail if he lived in the United States for providing material support to a terror group.
A lot of them died.
Like the majority, yeah.
In Molenbeek, what's being called the jihadi capital of Europe, I went to meet the mother of another young man lured by this message.
Why do you think your son went to Syria? Why do you think he joined ISIS?
Searching for direction, Anas appeared to become more serious about his faith.
He was praying 5 times a day.
But Anas was being radicalized and recruited to join ISIS.
Officers?
Yes.
Anas. Sofyan Sekri, a 25-year-old Uber driver, was there that night. Still, high unemployment, poverty, and marginalization here make it fertile for radicalization. The messages often spread through slick online videos, but also face-to-face, sometimes starting
to give more reason to their racist point of views.
After traveling extensively here, it seems there's little to bridge the divide between Europe's extremes, echoed increasingly here in the US. But they all have one thing in common. The message to Muslims from the far right is essentially the same, used by Islamic extremists.
You have to listen to these young people. We have to give them a voice.
Van Zeller in Paris.
And you can see Mariana's full report called Radicals Rising on Fusion.net.